Soeren here, and welcome to this blues video about how to use the dominant 7 arpeggios in blues music. And this concept is really important one if you want to become a melodic blues player. And honestly, to me personally, this was a breaking point. That was through practicing these things that I understood what to do in order to play a melodic blues solo. This was the first concept where I really started to find out what I should do in order to sound melodic on the guitar. And why is that? The reason why it's so important is that you get these patterns into your fingers, you get them into your brain. So at any time you can take your guitar and you can just play these patterns. And maybe in the beginning, when you start to hear these patterns in this video, you would say, oh, this sounds a little dull and it's not that interesting. But the important thing is to get the patterns into your fingers, and then you can throw in a little blues lick in the middle of the arpeggio, and suddenly you hear how bluesy you can use, or how bluesy lines you can make inside the arpeggio, and then you will see what the whole concept can be used for. Okay, then let's take a close look at this first pattern, this dominant 7 arpeggio. And when I use the dominant 7 arpeggios, it's because all these blues chords, whether it's a 7th, 9th, 11th or 13th, they are all dominant type chords, meaning they have a flat 7th. So when I have to play an arpeggio that works with these chords, it must be a kind of dominant type arpeggio. And for the ones of you who don't know what an arpeggio is at all, it's just another way to play chords. If you have an A chord, for instance, then when you break it into single notes, where you take the important notes of the chord, then it's an arpeggio. Okay, let's take the first arpeggio down here, A7 arpeggio down the 5th fret, the 6th string, and I start with my 2nd finger. Then I move up to the next string, the 4th fret, 7th fret, up to the next string, the 5th fret, up to the 7th fret. So that's this A7 arpeggio. Okay, let us start here again in the 7th fret, and we continue up to the 6th fret, the 3rd string, up to the 5th fret, the 8th fret, and end up here on the octave up in the 5th fret, the 1st string. Let's try that from again. So if I play all the arpeggio from notice sometimes I make a small slide on the 3rd. Instead of playing, maybe I play sometimes, and again up here. It's just because it sounds better. So sometimes I make this slide from the flatted 3rd up to the 3rd. You don't have to do that. I just think it sounds a little better. So it's actually, I go to the 3rd fret and make a slide up to the 4th fret here. You can do that if you like. And another thing is, when you are into shuffle, the shuffle rhythm will be a little syncopated like this. chord, the 4 chord, we move up to the 10th fret and we do exactly the same thing. Remember the fingering, starting with the second finger again. I'll take that again. And for the 5 chord, we move up again with the second finger up in the 12th fret. Do exactly the same thing up here. Sorry. Okay, let me add a little drum and rhythm, and we will play through the blues using this pattern. Okay, let me try to play these arpeggios in just one area of the fretboard, in one position of the fretboard, instead of moving around. Moving around like that would not be natural in a blues solo. It would be much more convenient to know how to play through these arpeggios in one particular area of the fretboard. And when we start with the A, it's obviously the same pattern as we did before. Now when we have to go to the D, instead of playing it up here, we play the same notes, but a different pattern obviously, down here, this particular area of the fretboard. I hope you can hear it's exactly the same notes. Just played it in this area of the fretboard. So I start on the 5th string, the 5th fret. The second finger again, up here to the 4th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Try that again, starting with, remember the fingering, starting with the second finger here, and the 5th fret, 5th string, 4th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. We start again here on the 7th fret, moving down to the 7th fret, the second string, 5th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, Okay, now we want to add the pattern where you play over the 5 chord instead of playing it up here. Play it down in this area. I cannot get up to the E up here, so I play it up to the flatted 7th here and the 10th fret, because I don't want to move now so much. I start with my 4th finger in the 7th fret, the 5th string, moving down here to the 4th string, the 6th fret, down to the 4th fret, the 3rd string, 7th fret, 6th fret, 4th fret, 7th fret, and coming up to the octave here with my second finger. Fingering is important here. the second finger here on the second string, the 5th fret. Let's try that again. 7th fret, 6th fret, 4th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, and we start again from here on the 5th fret, the 2nd string, 2nd finger, 4th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, and the 5th fret. We try to play through that very slowly. Okay, you have to practice a little bit before these patterns they get into your fingers and up to your brain. That's just a matter of practicing. Let me try to play through these patterns with a drum, with an added drum and rhythm. Okay, in this third example, I will show you how I will throw in a blues lick inside the arpeggio, and I think you can really hear then how bluesy it all gets, and you can really see the meaning of this exercise because it really starts to sound as a blues again. And until now we have played the arpeggio like this: the root, slide from the minor third to the major third, to the C sharp, the 5th, the flat 7th, the octave. Now I want you to throw in the 4th interval of the scale. We had the major third here, so it's just you basically take this half note above the C sharp, that is a D. So instead of playing, you play. I hope you can hear already now how bluesy it starts to sound. It's more pentatonic feel to it, and it sounds a lot more bluesy. Just playing the plain scale sounds more bluesy. And now I want to use these notes. We have the 4th, it's here on the 3rd string, the 7th fret, that's the 4th, and a minor 3rd, and you have the 3rd here in the middle of it. So you can work, this is certain kind of chromaticism. You can work with these half note below, half note above, and that's exactly what I do in my lick. Let me show you the lick, and now you know that it's these notes that I work with. I put these notes, I add these notes to the original arpeggio. So the whole lick would sound like this. Etc. Let's start with the first lick, which is should be played over the A chord. It starts at the 10th fret, 8th fret, 9th, 10th, and a hammer on from the 8th to the 9th fret, moving down to the 5th fret, the 8th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Okay, let's take until there. And now you're in the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and I want you to move down to the 7th fret, the 4th string. Okay, we came up from here. And then you move to the 3rd string and make a hammer on there from the 5th to the 6th fret. Okay, until now we have. We move down to the 5th fret, 7th fret, and the 5th fret, and you put your first finger over the 5th and the 6th string, so you can hit at first the 5th string, and you end here on the C sharp. So you have. Or you can go up here. It's okay to end here on the C sharp. So you have again. Okay, that's over the one chord. Let's take the second lick that goes over the D9. It sounds like this. And the way you play that is you start here on the 7th fret, the 3rd string. Move up to the 2nd string, the 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, and a hammer on from the 6th to the 7th fret. And then you move down to the 7th fret with the 3rd finger, down to the 7th fret, down to the 5th fret, and you put your first finger over the 4th and the 5th string, and you move down here to the 4th string, the 3rd fret, and you make a hammer on from the 3rd to the 4th fret. Okay, let's take it until there. Moving down to the 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and down to, I slide from the 1st to the 2nd fret, and I end on the D here with my 4th finger. So we have. Again, and the last lick over the 5 chord sounds like this. Remember, this phrase only has 4 beats, so because of that it's a little shorter. The way I play that is I start on the 5th fret, the 2nd string with my 3rd finger. And I move up to the 3rd, the 3rd fret, the 1st string, up to the 4th fret, 5th fret, hammer on from the 3rd to the 4th fret. I think I actually do it like this. Because then my fingering is okay for the rest of the lick, so I slide, instead of hammer on, I slide this 5th fret, the 2nd string, 7th fret, 4th fret, and down to the 7th fret, the 4th string. I move down to the 7th fret, the 5th string, and I make a slide here from on the 4th string, from the 5th to the 6th fret. So it would be like this. Actually, I put my my 4th finger here over the. It must be the 4th and the 5th string. And then you have the D. Okay, here at the end, a small jam track where you can experiment. At first, just playing the dominant 7 arpeggio where you move it around. Then you can try to play it one particular area of a fretboard, just as I showed you. And then at the end, you can try to add this blues lick. And you can try to make your own blues licks and put them inside your arpeggio playing. The important thing here is that you get these patterns, these arpeggio patterns into your fingers, and then when you know to play them in one particular area of the fretboard, you can start to throw in different blues licks inside your arpeggios and inside the arpeggios. And so what I want to say is have a little patience, because it's not that easy and it takes some time. Maybe you need to take the tempo a lot down in the beginning, but I will play, I will start my backing band here behind me, and I will play through 2 turnarounds, and after that there will be empty space for you to play on. Have a lot of fun, and again, remember, if you like these blues videos, to press the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you.